Hello everyone and welcome to Victoria's Prehistoric Cantina. Today we're having a look at the brand new Papo 2016 Feathered Velociraptor. Brand new dinosaur, just came out very recently and one that has been very much looked forward to by many dinosaur enthusiasts and collectors of Papo products. So very excited to get this out of the packaging and then we'll take a closer look and see what it's like. As you can see, it comes with a cardboard covering to protect the tail, as well as a plastic display base of sorts in order to prevent the figure from warping. So that's very nice. You get the customary Papo tags on the dinosaur, including this sticker right here that's wrapped around this other tag that's wrapped around its tail. So now that we have the tags off, we have a very good look at what the Feathered Velociraptor looks like, and I must say that it looks exquisite. As expected, Papo created something that is very detailed and has some very nice coloration to it. It's unique from Papo's previous efforts in terms of their velociraptors, but that is certainly for the better, quite especially if you are someone who is more interested in scientific accuracy versus the pop culture style dinosaurs that Papo has often done. From all angles, this truly looks magnificent. I'm very pleased at it without even really reviewing it yet. I just know that I really like it already. Really like the little tuft of feathers there at the back of the tail. And here's a close-up of the Papo Velociraptor. Wow, I mean, it almost has a little bit of an iridescence like behind its eye, like you see that green paint. And it just looks fantastic. Look at the eye. Very lifelike. And the front of the mouth, it's got a very narrow skull, but I mean, velociraptors were very narrow in terms of their skulls. This looks great. The little crests above its eyes are interesting. It's got like two little crests there. And that's definitely different from any depiction I've seen of this creature before. I'm not sure how accurate that may be. Could be conjecture. But nonetheless, this is really nice. From all angles, I really like the way that this head looks. Look at the paint detail underneath. It looks great. A lot of the time they keep the lower jaws very simplistic, but this looks very nice. Even below the neck here, you see that reddish sort of paint. I think that looks fantastic. Very nice. And of course, the raptor does have binocular vision, so if you hold it like that, it does sort of give off the illusion that he's looking straight at you, which is awesome. Now, like many papotheropod dinosaurs, this one does have an articulated jaw, and you simply press down on it, and wow, that's quite a range of movement. I don't think it would be quite that flexible. Maybe it would be. Probably something like that would be a little bit more accurate, but I mean, just look at the paint detail in there, as well as the sculpted detail. I mean, it looks truly magnificent. See, the roof of the mouth has some very nice detail to it, very nice paint coloration, very slick looking. They certainly gave it that glossy aesthetic. The tongue has some nice texturing to it, nice paint work. And the teeth, I think, are a little bit on the light side, a little bit too bright perhaps, but they still look good. These top incisors especially look quite sharp. Bottom teeth look very nice. Look at the position of the tongue, just the way that it's angled like that. Definitely gives the animal more life, gives it more of a lifelike quality to it. And again, you can see that iridescent sort of paint right there. I think that's just marvelous. The coloration as a whole, to me, very much looks like a wild turkey. And just like with the head, which has incredible detail, look at the rest of the body. Look at those feathered front limbs. Wow. They did a heck of a job sculpting that. I mean, they truly did. You can really see each individual feather, all the little details on each feather. Like if you look at these white ones, look at all the lines and sculpt work that went into them. The fingers, of course, very nice and sculpted as well. And you can see that the feathers are connected to the middle finger, which is accurate. And underneath, a lot to be seen. And it's, like I said, it's not just like one color underneath. There's different colors that, kind of give it more of a lifelike sort of quality. The legs look very muscular, very powerful. You get those mean sickle claws right there. And the feet just look fantastic. One's more flat to the surface and the other one's more propped up. And this just looks fantastic. I mean, it kind of looks like it's supposed to be running. And this looks great too. You see more feathers here, like along the hip. I think that looks awesome. That looks fantastic. And again, the coloration It's great. It's great. I love how they incorporated all these different colors. You know, the reds, the greens, the yellows, the oranges. It just looks fantastic. Going down the tail, very nice detail here. And again, the little tuft of feathers that it has back here looks very nice. That's what it looks like underneath. And here again, you can see more of that sculpted detail there. Papo are just masters at doing this sort of thing, and they did a heck of a job here. It's just gorgeous. One thing I don't really like is that there's this very obvious seam here at the tail. I think it's a little bit too obvious. I wish they would have found a way to make it a little bit less so. And then you also see another seam right here at the back of the head, right there at the neck. It's a little bit noticeable. It's a little bit noticeable, but I guess on first glance, you know, you're probably going to be taken by how awesome this thing looks that you might overlook something like that. But, you know, those things are there. As far as getting it to stand, it seems to stand best when you balance it on its feet and on its front left arm, just like that. You can also balance it on the right arm, and in fact, it's actually balanced on both arms right there. And if you can find the right sweet spot, you can kind of get it to stand without either of the arms touching the ground. There we go, right there. So it's kind of just balancing on its right heel back there, and then it's kind of just standing on the left toe claws. It's definitely not quite as secure standing like that. I think that's probably the coolest way to display it, but I think, you know, when you have it propped on its arms, it's going to be a little bit more secure. You can also bring it back on its tail like that, but that just looks kind of silly. I don't think that that's quite what they had in mind when they designed this. I mean, you could do that, especially if you maybe had a diorama with a few of these. You know, at least you have a few posing options, but yeah, probably if you can, you know, you're just going to want to bounce it like that. I think that's the most visually interesting way of posing this guy. And now a comparison of the Papo 2016 Feathered Velociraptor along with the Papo 2016 repainted Velociraptor, which is basically the same mold that they have been doing for some time now, just in different colorations. I think that they're pretty nicely scaled between one another. Of course, this one over here is more based off of the Jurassic Park type aesthetic, whereas this new one is rooted more in a modern scientific accuracy. All right, my friends, so there you have it. This is the Papo 2016 Feathered Velociraptor. All in all, you guys, I think that this is an absolutely stunning, stunning piece. I am truly happy with the way that this turned out. I think that it looks exquisite. The sculpted detail is just phenomenal. I mean, Papo always do that. They always do a tremendous job with the sculpt work on their dinosaurs. And this, in my opinion, really exceeds anything that I have seen from them in the past. The level of detail they incorporated into the feathers is just absolutely incredible. I mean, each individual feather has detail in it, and I really must applaud them and tip my hat to them for doing such an amazing job. The coloration is fantastic. I really like what they did here. It's reminiscent of a wild turkey or a male mallard duck. I really like how they blended all of the colors on it, gave it a little bit of an iridescence along the neck. Again, the only issue I have with this piece is how visible the two seams are on the dinosaur. If they were able to make those less visible, I think it would be a more magnificent piece. But nonetheless, they did a heck of a job with it that I can kind of forgive that and look past it and, you know, really appreciate this model for how fantastic it is. This is very quickly becoming one of my personal favorite Papo dinosaur models. I really like the direction they're going in here with a new version of a previously released dinosaur that they did, and it being more scientifically accurate. And I really hope that's a line of thinking they continue to pursue, because the end result here is just fabulous. I am totally happy with the Feathered Velociraptor from Papo and highly recommend it to you. All right, my friends, if you've enjoyed this video, then I highly encourage you to please like and subscribe. Be sure to follow me on Facebook and Twitter for the latest in news and updates. And as always, I want to thank you for watching Victoria's Cantina. Stay tuned, you guys. There's more Papo dinosaurs on the way.